Hello ladies and gents, it's Hagbard Celine here on another beautiful afternoon, and today I'm going to present to you exactly what the title implies, a disorganized rant on the state of political discourse in the United States. I choose this format because, frankly, it's all that's deserved in this case. If you have the right to be disorganized and run about like a beheaded fowl, so be it, but don't expect reasoned responses, at least not for long. First, stop throwing the word fascist around like it has no meaning, especially while espousing views held by opposing and just as disagreeable positions, like communism. This label has been placed on every sitting US president in my memory, and every time it served to do nothing but debase their own credibility in the discussion. As a related aside, stop using the stupid, childish warning signs of fascism, created by Lawrence Britt. As a humorous note, his list is exactly 14 points. He was laughable then, proven wrong, and now, like an evangelical flock, you're being led by the nose by the same man who was wrong in 2003. Guess what? Turns out, Bush wasn't a fascist dictator, but hey, I'm sure Harold Camping is right this time. As for the issue of punching Nazis, I decline to comment aside from to insist those proclaiming a peaceful rise of Nazis in Germany, unattested, please read Beating the Fascists before beginning the cycle of excusing political violence, and remind you that everyone right of Karl Marx isn't a Nazi. And they have most of the guns, police, and the military in their political quadrant. This is without even relating back to point one. Fighting fascism in the name of communism is not an option for me. As for the endless slew of protests, loosely organized, mission-formed, and emotionally charged, ironically you are the ones reacting in the manner that, were this the rise of a fascist dictator, is the given goal, to turn the supposed intellectual class into snarling, screaming, emotional wrecks, incapable of reasoned debate. Which you clearly are now, and have been steadily working your way into the state of frothing rage for the last few years over imagined slights and via mob rule enforcement. Now, what has been worked up and cooked up using social media is beginning to spill over quite dangerously into the real world. I fear that the backlash will too. Stop this before you either forge the thing you fear or become the thing you purport to hate. Frankly, either is becoming more and more possible by the day. In any case, and in case anyone is confused due to anything I've ever said or any positions I've held, I am first and foremost an American. I was in JROTC growing up, and I can arguably be said to come from a military family. I consider myself a patriot. I always have. I even considered the actions and positions I held as being the responsible positions of critique a person that desired the best for his nation and fellow countrymen would hold. Was, which is irrelevant and impossible to distinguish now, but I am arguably on the left. But in the last 4 years or so, I have been, as I've seen happen to others, ostracized and excommunicated for simply questioning their assertions and policy positions, playing devil's advocate, as I've always done. Now, I have no idea where I fit, but I do know one thing. The behavior exhibited by the activists currently in the streets will almost assuredly prove more damaging than helpful. Most normal citizenry have burned out on this long ago, leaving, through that burnout and the ideological purity demands, two groups. True believers and zealots, and those desperate for some clause, regardless of its intellectual viability. And then you get this kind of shit.
Honestly, fuck white supremacy, fuck the US empire, fuck your imperialist ass flags. That shit gotta go. Fuck that shit. You know what America thrives off of? Capitalism. We use our motherfucking black and brown bodies to live and survive while white people own fucking properties after that. Yeah, there are poor white people, right? But black and brown people are affected by all of the shit around us. And capitalism is one of them. So you know what we need to do? We need to start giving fucking money. White people, give your fucking money, your fucking house, your fucking property. We need it fucking all. You need to reparate black and indigenous people right now. Pay the fuck up. Pay the fuck up. It ain't just your fucking time. It's your fucking money, and your fucking life is now devoted to social change. Right? Yeah.
4 years. Or 8. Worst case scenario.
Or less.
Yeah, or less.
So if
You
someone
might get
kills
it.
him.
Oh, shit.
No borders, fuck white people, and someone shoot the president please is the death knell of one of two things. Our nation or your movement. and only time will tell. Thanks for putting up with me, dear listeners, and a special thanks to all my Patreon supporters. All that I collect here so far is, and has been for several months, going into a savings account to pay for the inevitable medical bills forthcoming in the next year. We hope. That's it for me, folks, and more than ever, stay safe, good luck, and goodbye.